Hi guys, I am actually so hyped for this video. I've got a whole bunch of fun finds that I brought from my last trip to Korea, and I am so excited to share some of those with you today. Before we get into the video, I just want to say a quick thank you for all of the love that you showed in the last skincare video. It actually blows my mind that there are people out there who get just as excited as I do about skincare and travel and cozy content, and I'm just so grateful to be able to share this space with you. And yeah, just to find my people on this platform feels like such a dream and such a blessing, so thank you so much. So in the last video, I had a chance to share more so recently about the changes that I've been experiencing in my skin to becoming more dry and sensitive and acne prone. And I was surprised to find that there are a lot of people kind of finding themselves in the same boat. So today I wanted to share a few goodies that I picked up in Korea. Some of these are old favorites that I repurchased. Some of these are new favorites, some very viral products that came up at the beginning of 2024 that I kind of wanted to test out and see if they were really worth the hype. So I'm excited to review some of these with you today. I have another feeling that this is going to be more of a hefty kind of chatty skincare video. So feel free to grab a cup of tea and coffee and join me in a little cozy skincare chat. Let's go. I'm going to start this video with some repurchases. These were products that I loved in 2023 that I repurchased while I was in Korea. I'll go over this section a little more quickly because I go a little more in detail over these products in my last skincare video, so feel free to check that out. The first product, of course, is my favorite from Goodall. It's the Vitamin C Dark Spot Care Serum. I just love the formula. It's more of a gel-like consistency, and it has really great ingredients, including green tangerine extract and Centella asiatica, one of my favorite ingredients for calming the skin. This one is a great option for my fellow sensitive skincare people. It is really hard, especially with sensitive skin, to find vitamin C products that aren't too harsh. And this one fits the bill for me. It's got green tea extract and our favorite Centella asiatica, which kind of helps brighten and calm the skin. It's really light and it just brings out this glow from within. I really love this one. The next product that I want to talk about is the Carotene Calming Water Pads from Skinfood. This is also one of my favorites from 2023. This product has actually been around for a while, and I feel like it keeps on every year popping up as a viral product, and I feel like that's just proof of products that stand the test of time. This one has carrot extract and carrot seed oil to both moisturize and calm irritated red skin. It's infused with that beta-carotene. I find myself reaching for these toner pads anytime I feel my skin starting to flare up or if I see acne appearing. This is just super calming to the skin. I either use these as the first step to my morning skincare routine, kind of like a toner pad, or I'll also use these in my evening skincare routine, typically after I've used a physical exfoliant and I feel like my skin is a little irritated. I'll just pop one of these out, and you can actually split the toner pads in half and use it more as like a face mask. I'll leave that on for 5 to 10 minutes. The next day, my skin just feels much more even toned, hydrated. It's just a really great toner pad. My next repurchase is from Beauty of Joseon. It's the Apricot Blossom Peeling Gel. So I got a chance to visit their flagship store in Korea, and it's so beautiful. I'll try to include some clips here of the space. So ever since my skin became more sensitive, I noticed that when I started using the physical exfoliants that I used to use, my skin started reacting a little bit more to them. It was almost too harsh for my skin. What I love about this peeling gel is it has more of a gommage type texture, so it's a lot more mild and less irritant to my skin. But what I love is that it's still very effective. It's actually very gross, but also very satisfying. As you massage this into your skin, you can actually see your dead skin cells kind of coming off with the cellulose. So very satisfying. Just be careful not to over exfoliate, especially when you have sensitive skin. Another product that I do want to mention is from Isntree. It's the Hyaluronic Acid Watery Sun Gel. This was one of my holy grail items in 2023 in combination with this. Somehow this combo just brings the most beautiful glow to my skin, especially if you have dry, sensitive skin. I feel like this formula, at least my skin, really loves it. It still leaves this beautiful glowy finish. As I mentioned, there's no white cast, there's no scent. and it has a lot of goodies in here. 8 types of hyaluronic acid, our favorite key ingredient, the Centella asiatica, fig fruit extract, niacinamide, ceramides, 50 plus broad spectrum UV protection. It just looks so great on the skin. Highly recommend checking this one out as well. Okay, so now we're on to the exciting part, the new skincare finds. I was really curious to check out some of the more viral products that started popping up on my social media to see if they were really worth the hype. So I'm really excited to get into this section with you. I do want to preface first, my current skincare type, I would still classify as dry, sensitive, and acne prone. So my skincare goals were very much focused on hydrating the skin, nourishing the skin, and rebuilding my skin barrier. We'll start off with a toner. This one is the rice toner from I'm From. It has 77.78% goami rice extract. I feel like I have to give a disclaimer for this one. I only used it for a few weeks, so I feel like I can't give a full review for it. But my first impression as someone with dry skin, I feel like this was very hydrating at first. But then after using it a few more times, I found that I noticed more closed comedones when using it, and that my clogs were pouring. My pores were clogging when I started using this one. I went in a deep dive of some Reddit reviews for this, and some people love it. Some people, especially with sensitive skin, noticed also this slightly burning sensation when they first used it. So I decided that I'm going to take a break with this one until my skin barrier is a little more stronger, and then possibly reintroducing this later. It has more of what they call a double layer milky texture with both water and emulsion to help balance the skin's natural water and oil levels. I do think this will be hydrating, but I want to give a little more time for my skin to rebuild its skin barrier first. So something to note. Next, we're going to move on to the serums. The first one I want to talk about is from Numbuzin. It's their No. 3 Skin Softening Serum. The 2-star ingredients in this one are Bifida ferment lysate, which is derived from a specific type of yeast by fermentation. And this can help build the skin's microbiome, which can also help lead to less sensitive skin. The 2nd-star ingredient in this one is galactomyces ferment filtrate. So that ingredient can also be found in popular products such as SK2. It is found in fermented rice and can help with sebum control and hydration of the skin's barrier. So this is one of those products that even within a week of using it, I noticed a difference in my skin, especially in those more textured areas. So my forehead, even after a week of using it, I noticed that it was much more softer and smoother. Something else to note, I appreciate this because I have dry skin, but it does kind of have more of an oily residue to it, which kind of contributes to more of that glow effect, especially if you have dry skin. But if you have oily skin, you may not like that, and that's just something to consider. This was probably the skincare product that I was most curious to try, because after doing a deep dive on Reddit, this one had the most polarized opinions. There were some that absolutely loved it, and then there were other people that really hated the formula and said that that led to a little more breakouts in their skin. So if you do have sensitive skin, I recommend maybe just trying this on a portion of your skin before putting it all over your face and testing that for a little bit to see how your skin reacts. Those 2 ingredients that I mentioned earlier were fermented ingredients, so that's just something to note. Like I said, I never experienced breakouts with this one, but every person's skin is different, so if you're checking this out, just do a little more research on this one. Another viral product that I actually ended up loving was this one from Mixsoon. It's their Bean Essence. This one is quite interesting because it claims both to exfoliate and hydrate the skin. I've only really used this more for hydration during my nighttime skincare routine. I noticed very quickly after using this that it really helped build my skin barrier. There are 4 key ingredients in this one, and they are also fermented. So it has fermented soybean and fermented barley, which helps with that glow and skin tone. It also has fermented pomegranate containing natural AHAs to exfoliate and smooth the skin, as well as fermented Korean pear using the natural antioxidants to brighten and fortify the skin barrier. Like I said, you can also use this as an exfoliant by massaging it into the skin until you remove the dead skin cells and then wiping everything off with a toner pad. The last essence that I want to share with you today is the one from Skinfood. It's their Royal Honey Propolis Enrich Essence. This one has become my holy grail item. I use this both for my morning and evening skincare routine every day. It has 63% black bee propolis extract, 10% royal jelly extract, and 10% black honey extract. What I love about this one is thanks to the black honey extract as well as the black bee propolis extract, it has more of those antibacterial properties that are really great for acne-prone skin. This one has much more of a thicker gel consistency, which I actually really like because a little bit goes a long way. And the more I use this, it's super nourishing to my skin, and it really feels like it's providing this like thick protective layer for my skin, which helps rebuild the skin barrier. Okay, so now we're going to move into moisturizers. I had a few questions and comments actually about what moisturizers I like to use. For the wintertime, I feel like I really like a thicker consistency, so something like the one from Dr. Jart, the Cicapair cream, is extremely thick. I feel like it helps lock in the moisture, especially during the winter months. I feel like my skin is really dry. But as we move into spring, I like to loosen up and use something that's a little more of a thinner consistency. So I picked up two moisturizers while in Korea that I ended up really loving. The first one is actually from Physiogel. It's their Daily Moisture Therapy Facial Cream. This one is specifically formulated for dry and sensitive skin. Quick story about Physiogel. This actually originated as a German brand and then was eventually bought by a Korean brand for North America and Asia. But it was super popular in Asia. I remember this became one of those like OG skincare holy grail items, especially for those with sensitive skin. And I remember my best friend's husband swearing by this. He was using this every day. I wish I had tried it sooner when he was talking about it, because when I tried it in Korea, I was just immediately so impressed with the formulation. It's super mild, it's hypoallergenic, it's non-comedogenic. It claims to have up to 72 hours of moisture. It felt like it didn't just sit on the outside layers of my skin, but it was really absorbed, and the moisture lasts for many hours. If you have dry or sensitive skin, this one is a good one. Another really well-loved brand is from Dr. G. It's their Red Blemish Clear Moisture Cream. Very mild, and it's just one of those like no fluff kind of formulations. Their star ingredient for this one is also Cica, the Centella asiatica, which is great for calming irritated skin. This one also has what I would classify more as like a medium consistency. I would say it's slightly lighter than the Physiogel. So for those with sensitive skin, I feel like this might be also a good find for you. So moving into the last section of this video, we're going to talk about cleansers. There's two I want to share with you today. They're actually both from Isntree. The first one that I picked up was more of an impulse buy, Mugwort Calming Powder Wash from Isntree. This one was just quite intriguing to me because it came in a powder form. Essentially, it starts as a powder and then you kind of lather it up with water and it turns more into a foam, and it has this exfoliating element to it. The key ingredients for this one are papain enzyme, dead sea salt for removing sebum and exfoliating dead skin, and then mugwort leaf powder to calm the skin. I feel like I gravitate towards this one more when I have travel plans and I want something convenient. They come in these little packets, or if I need something that's more exfoliating, I'll gravitate towards these cleansers. But more on the daily, I actually go for this one. It's from Isntree as well. It's their Yam Root Vegan Milk Cleanser. I felt like the foam cleansers that I used tended to strip away moisture from my skin, and as someone who already has dry and sensitive skin, it just wasn't working well for me. When I found this one, it was quite interesting as well. Initially, I feel like the consistency is more like a sticky cream, and then once you start working it in and as it emulsifies, it becomes much more of that milky texture. The star ingredients in this one are, of course, yam root extract, vegan milk complex, and a phytomucin complex, helping to soothe and moisturize to preserve the skin barrier. I love using this one more as a second cleanser. So I'll use an oil cleanser initially to remove the makeup from my skin, the grime from the day, and then I'll use this one as my second cleanser, and it helps remove the rest of the makeup and just leaves my skin feeling nourished and moisturized still while protecting my skin barrier. Wow guys, I think we made it to the end of the haul. I really hope this was helpful. I know it is such a journey to be able to find the products that work well for your skin, and especially someone who has sensitive, dry, and acne-prone skin, it makes it much more complicated, and it's very much a trial and error process. But hopefully the reviews today were a little bit helpful in your research. If you have any products that you love that are your holy grail items, I would love to know. Also, if you've tried any of these, I would love to know how they worked for your skin. And I actually have a few more Korean skincare videos lined up that I'm very excited to share with you. So if you love Korean skincare, travel, and cozy content, please feel free to subscribe, and I would love to hear from you. Here's to continuing to love every season of skin we're in. I just want to thank you so much for watching this video. I'm sending you lots of love for this week ahead, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.